second time having watched it. We watched it preview night last Thursday, and then we watched it Monday afternoon. And we're gonna give our thoughts. So I'm here with my brother. This is called Dashboard Reviews. We're just gonna give you our thoughts as we head back from random shit that we do. So what'd you think about the Thunderbolts? Uh, I'm torn. It had its highs and it definitely had its lows for me. I can see where others had their intake as to how this was the best MCU film since Endgame, but I beg to differ. I think it's on the meh side. Sentry was definitely the best part of the entire movie. However, just because I don't know, I don't have 100% confidence in this movie, even though it's the new Avengers. It still feels lackluster. Yeah, for me, I think that the first time I watched it, I thought the movie was pretty lackluster. I thought it was pretty boring. On my Twitter, I gave the movie, I think I gave it like a 2.8 or like a 3 out of 10. I found the pacing extremely long and tedious. I definitely see where everybody kind of has that Marvel fatigue. This movie definitely felt like catching up on homework. I've watched pretty much all the MCU movies aside from a few here and there. But overall, the second time watching it, I enjoyed the movie a lot more. But I also had to turn off my movie critic brain and just enjoy it as a popcorn Marvel film, which that's a whole different conversation in itself. I found the Sentry to be, like my brother said, the most interesting point, character of the film. I definitely like the multiple personalities. I like how they made him extremely OP. I like how none of the Thunderbolts slash Avengers could take him on. Even if they tag team together, nobody could really take him on. And that the only reason they were able to stop him was because he chose to forgive himself and basically defeat himself. I like that it wasn't like Yelena or somebody shooting him in the head like it was some kind of, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League video game plot, BS. I thought it was pretty good. Upon watching it the second time, I think I'm gonna change my score from like a 2.83 to probably give this like a 5.5, 6. What do you think? I honestly don't know what to give the review because like I said, the highs were the highs. Uh, the initial fight between U.S. Agent, which was probably my favorite character in the whole movie, between him, Yelena, Ghost, and Taskmaster in the incinerating room. That was probably my favorite part of the entire movie. Uh, the fight against Sentry and just seeing how OP he was. Um, Even Bucky on the motorcycle, that was actually pretty cool too. Giving back that Winter Soldier vibe that we all loved. Um, but then it also was boring at the same time. I get a lot of these characters are depressed or they're considered B or C list anti-heroes or villains that were overlooked or overshadowed, whatever the word is. These are just people looking for attention that they never received. So for them to be the new Avengers, I don't know. They just seem what? I don't know. I really don't know. So I can't I give it a 5 out of 10 just because I can change my review later on. But I don't know. But like I said earlier, John Walker was probably the highlight for me. Him alongside Sentry. Yelena was just Yelena. I liked her in the Black Widow movie. In Hawkeye show, she was okay. This movie kind of brought out more of her abilities, more so than her sister. And so I think she's a good replacement. She'll never truly be the Black Widow replacement, but she does do a probably the same, if not slightly better, performance than Natasha. So I think overall my final thoughts, John Walker was good. I agree. I think he should have just stayed as Captain America, or better yet, they should have passed the mantle on to Bucky. Um, Nothing against Anthony Mackie, nothing against Sam Wilson, but that mantle and that moniker was not earned with him. I feel like he was just kind of given it out of nowhere. It's kind of random. Whereas for Bucky, it kind of seemed like they were setting it up. There was a whole bunch of movies. There was at least 2 movies that centered around Bucky. And so you would think that the mantle would be passed on to him as the new Captain America. But it was kind of thrown off. We were all kind of thrown off when we saw that the mantle was passed on to Sam, and we all know how Brave New World ended. But yeah, I think John Walker should have either stayed in his cap, or they should have, not made him out to be some kind of bad guy. I really don't think that him killing that guy on live TV was him killing an innocent man like Ghost and Atlanta kind of suggest, or they say outright. I think that he was definitely in the right, especially after they killed his best friend. I like Ghost. I wish they would have done more with her. I think that every time she could have been doing something useful, they always had some kind of stupid sound barrier thing to keep her in check. But we never see her like excel outside of anything from that. I felt like it was like a plot device that they used to limit her effectiveness. So yeah, those are my thoughts. We'll come back with this little mini podcast, dashboard reviews. I think up next we're going to review the movie Sinners, and then from there I think we're going to kind of hold off and wait until either Ironheart, or we're going to watch was it the Fantastic Four. I have my own person. I have Superman 2. Mine is Superman. Yeah, we forgot about Superman 2. Yes, so the next couple of, look on the next couple. Jurassic World. Yeah, there's a couple of ones that we're going to be doing. This is Dashboard Reviews. We're not going to give away our names just yet, but just know that we're 2 brothers that are very big into pop culture and all kind of nerdy things. Want to give your Twitter name? Yeah, my Twitter name is Pocket280Broken, and mine is Invader Stim TTV. All right, peace out.